Oh, we're way back.
Oh.
Hey, yo.
Hey,
I had a question for Ellen.
yeah.
Primarily. What can you tell us about My Name is Bruce, like how you got involved and any stories you may have from that?
Well, I did just a cameo role. I mean, I was just in, it was a one-day shoot, but it was so cool because Bruce had the set built on his property in Oregon. So he built this, like, I don't know how many of you have seen it, but there was like this old-fashioned kind of Western set. And they built it on Bruce's property in Oregon. So he's got this gorgeous property, you can see the mountains, the weather was beautiful. So it was just such a nice set to be on because, and there were some friends there. I don't know if you guys know who Tim Quill is from the Evil Dead movies, and he was also one of our high school buddies. Yeah. And so it was a really nice set to be on. Bruce is a total pro and had absolute control, being both star and director, which is really hard to do. I don't know how people do that. On Dangerous Women, I was both producer and actress, and it nearly killed me. But Bruce did great with that, and it was just really fun. But like I said, I was only there for like 1 or 2 days. So I got involved because he asked me. And I played Cheryl, his ex-wife.
He married his sister. After being with Sam.
And Dean Stone.
I just wanted to ask for you, Ellen, so was it a dream come true to finally have a intimate scene with Ted Raimi?
Yes, it was for her.
What he's talking about in My Name is Bruce, I'm having an affair with Bruce's agent, who is Ted Raimi. And it was not a dream come true, although it was a lot of fun. Ted Raimi was like 11 years old when we made The Evil Dead. So he was Sam's little brother who was coming to the set and going, hey, can I help?
He would play different parts. He put the wig on and the mask.
Yeah,
and
when we needed him to. So it was fun. We had a lot of fun.
Hello.
Hello.
I'd like to know what actors or actresses you guys admire.
I like John Cusack. Just to me, the epitome of great acting. So light and real and well, I know this may sound cliche because she is so great, but I actually really, really, really still enjoy watching Meryl Streep. Every character she does, and I rent her old movies, and I'm not a big one to see movies more than once, but I really admire her work and her devotion to bringing out the character she plays.
I have, there's so many, but one of my favorites is Philip Seymour Hoffman. And I got to be a seat filler at the Oscars this year, and I thought I was just going to get stuck behind a pole somewhere in the upper balcony, but I actually got to sit right up front, and I had Philip Seymour Hoffman in front of me, Ron Howard across the aisle, Meryl Streep was right there, Steven Spielberg was right here. It was unbelievable, and I'm not a real starstruck kind of person, but these people were. So anyway, Philip Seymour Hoffman was right in front of me, so it was great. More questions? Is it
about time for a trivia question?
contest?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that come up and speak on panels of movies they've done. Well, we and they don't do trivia questions. We, on the other hand, like to do trivia questions. Who has the question?
Hello again.
Hello.
I was hoping to ask you ladies if there's one thing that you could tell us about your experience in filmmaking in general. If there was one pretension that you carried with you that you somehow lost over the years, something that would be titillating and interesting to hear. Thank you.
Pretension that you lost that would be
that we lost?
Anything that you may have thought of about acting or film when you were first trying to get into it?
Oh, okay.
and how it's changed for us.
Yeah, actually, the interesting thing, I mean, The Evil Dead, for most of us, was the first movie we had ever made. It was for me. Well, I did student films with the boy. I went to high school with Bruce and Sam, most of you probably know that. And I did some of their Super 8 films, but this was the first real film experience. I had done a lot of theater, but I had never done any film. And there were definitely some things that I did in the movie that I thought were where I was really acting. And I see it now and go, oh, Jesus Christ. And one of them was, and I don't think I did it intentionally, but somehow when I got really intense, in a very intense scene, I flared my nostrils.
Whoa!
I was like, and I look at it now, I go, what the fuck was I doing?
Can you show us what you mean?
No.
Because I don't know what you mean.
I was always flaring my ass.
So
Don't do it anymore.
yeah, so that was something that I think I must have thought, you know, this is how I show this emotion. And now I look at it.
Well, I don't have anything nearly that exciting. But I will say this, and I mean this in all seriousness. When I first actually moved to Los Angeles from Michigan, and I was doing industrial films and auto shows, inside this Buick you'll find fine leather. Anyway, I moved to Los Angeles, and I thought that I wanted to be a script supervisor. Does anybody know what a script supervisor is? Script girl. Script supervisor is the person that you might find on the set. She often has like a vest on with all these pencils and all these rulers and all these things hanging out of her pockets. She always has a timer around her. She always gets to sit right next to the director and right next to the, you know, the head cameraman or the director photographer. And I thought, that's what I want to do. I want to be right in there. And I'm telling you, I took a class, and it was an intensely long class, and it has to do with the minutest things that happen in every scene shot. How many times, how many inches you lifted up that glass, when you moved your glasses. Did she blink before she turned her head, or did she blink after she turned her head? And people ask me if there's anything that actors should know, and I quite frankly believe that every actor should take a script supervising class, because it will just cut thousands and millions of dollars off a budget. I admire and bow down to every script supervisor.
I think that the thing that has changed for me is when I started in theater, and then I got some film work, and Evil Dead being one of the things, and kept doing film. And then I moved to LA, and I did stand-up comedy, I did improv, but I ended up kind of making a living for the last 25 years, primarily doing voiceover. I did a lot of promos for a lot of shows that you would know. And mainly because I wanted to stay in the business while I was raising my daughter. And I just didn't feel that acting on screen, on camera, in the theater would, I couldn't do them both at the same time. I just couldn't. So now that my daughter's in college, I feel like I've now come back to where I started, and voiceover just isn't enough for me anymore. I want to be back in front of the camera, on stage or whatever, but voiceover, it's a hobby now. So let's change.
Ladies, how do you feel about the sequels to Evil Dead, like Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness? Right here. It's me again.